Look at me when I say this. The committee putting in SMU and Indiana is going to go down as one of the biggest mistakes in college football playoff history. For all the people that wanted to see Indiana and SMU in the playoffs, hope you're happy. All right. Before we even, dude, golly, man. Hold on. Turn his lights down. Before we even get going, watching the preview for the Texas and Clemson game in the back. I'm going to start this video by saying I am extremely sick. I don't know what happened. I feel like I got ran over by a truck. You know, if you watched last night's video, I told you guys I was coming down with a cough. Well, I thought I was like kind of sick last night, like I was feeling real weak. But I woke up this morning, my entire body's weak. My head hurts. I feel like I'm gonna throw up, nauseated, coughing. I'm cold, but at the same time, I'm sweating. I don't know what's going on with me. So, yeah. And if you follow me on Twitter, you know I tweeted out earlier this morning, guys, I'm not feeling well. Probably not going to be any reaction videos today, but I said, screw it, without being too corny and cliche here, we got to pull out the Michael Jordan flu game. So this is the MBG flu game performance. Yeah, we're going to power through today. If I'm not as energetic as I normally am, and I just don't seem like myself, it's because I'm not. I'm sick, but this is arguably the biggest day in college football, really our channel this year. I mean, we got 3 games. Planning on doing 3 reaction videos, and I'm going to try to do it. So I just want to explain if I'm not as, you know, my normal self. Like I said, I do apologize. I'm sick. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. And as soon as I get done filming this video, I'm going to lay back in bed, and I'm going to watch this Clemson-Texas game. And if I'm coughing, I'm going to try to edit some of it out. If I don't, just stay with me. SMU just got completely curb stomped. I'm going to write this down. Just be patient with me. Be patient. Oh, eraser's over here. Completely curb stomped. Now, if you watched yesterday's video, you would have remembered and you would have saw that I said what happened to Indiana is going to happen to SMU today. Penn State's going to crush them. When SMU made the playoffs, what did I say every single time we talked about them? They're going to get crushed. In my bracket video, what did I say? They're going to get crushed. I'm not shocked by this. Therefore, there's nothing to really say about SMU getting demolished because I predicted it to happen. I told you guys last night. They're going to get crushed. Just like Indiana did, but it was actually worse. This was before. That's a terrible 8, but we're going to roll with it. Penn State put in the actual third-string quarterback because Bo Pebriola left. 38-3, and they put in the backups. Wound up being, what was it, 38-10 was the final score. Guys, this is embarrassing. It's embarrassing to college football. It's embarrassing to the game I love. The committee putting in SMU and Indiana. Look at me when I say this. The committee putting in SMU and Indiana is going to go down as one of the biggest mistakes in college football playoff history. If you disagree, you're just an idiot. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, wait, I do know what to tell you. You're an idiot. I'm not going to even write any stats down because they're irrelevant. Kevin Jennings, you suck. You're not that good. He's awful. I saw some people tweeting me saying, oh, well, if SMU would have had a better quarterback, they probably would have won. I would not go as far as just saying all that. Bobby, SMU still couldn't really do anything. And I could sit up here and break it down. Let's talk about it. 0-0, Kevin Jennings and SMU. They're driving on offense. It's 4th and inches. Quite literally, he could have ran it for a first down. Instead, he decides to throw it, which is a bizarre choice when you need an inch and you can just get it. I digress. He throws it, and it's arguably one of the worst passes you're ever going to see. The guy was wide open. He threw it 10 feet behind him, got tipped, doesn't get it. Then he throws not 1, but 2 pick sixes. 2. And then, James Franklin, what in the heck are you thinking, buddy? SMU can't even move the ball. You decide to go for it. I don't care if it's 4th and inches. You're up 14-0, you go for it on your own 18. That's how you give momentum to another team. You're lucky you were playing SMU and not Bama, Ole Miss, or South Carolina or Miami. Because that really would have come back to bite you in the butt. But if you're an SMU fan, you're thinking on everything considered, this is great. We're about to score. We're inside the red zone. We cut the lead to 7 with this disastrous start. This was great. But Kevin Jennings, just like Lee Corso says, not so fast, my friend. Another interceptions. 3 interceptions. It was pathetic. It's embarrassing to watch. Same thing last night. Embarrassing to watch. Indiana game and this SMU game. It's not even like, I know people are going to say, Matt, Alabama. That's what everyone's been saying on all the videos. Matt, Alabama shouldn't have got in. You're not telling me anything I don't know. I've been saying that for how long? 6 weeks? Alabama shouldn't have got into the playoffs. They didn't deserve to be in. But I tell you this much. Alabama is better than SMU and Indiana. Ole Miss is better than SMU and Indiana. South Carolina is better than SMU and Indiana. The SEC is the best conference. It's not like, and people say, oh, the SEC fans love these hypothetical matchups. Dude, the SEC wins all the national championships. It's way more impressive to go 9-3 like South Carolina did, playing that gruesome schedule, beating Clemson, than to go, sorry guys, wanting to cough. What did SMU wind up going? Oh yeah, 11-1, 0 top 25 wins, same thing in Indiana. And I know everybody's going to say, or they do say, well, Matt, Texas, they don't have top 25 wins. That's a little different, buddy. That's way different. They're in the SEC. You know it's different. I do. You just want an argument. And it's funny because college football fans, as soon as SMU got in over Alabama, we're going, yes, let's go. Alabama is out of the playoffs. SMU's in. Indiana's in. Let's go. I'm tired of Alabama. And then, ironically enough, those same fans are watching these games going, man, college football sucks, man. There's no parity. The games aren't even close. Blowouts. I hate watching blowouts. Dude, you sound, I ain't even going to say it. You sound stupid. You sound stupid. 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 You can't celebrate the SEC team, South Carolina, Ole Miss, and Alabama getting left out, then complain about blowouts. You knew Indiana and SMU had no business being in this playoff. They can't compete with the big boys. And all these people say, well, I guess going off of Matt's logic, we should just put in all the SEC teams and have a 12-team SEC playoff. We should. It'd be way better. I know y'all are joking about it. I'm being dead serious. I don't care, especially with this Bama team. Alabama could have went 7-5. Who cares about I know the record matters. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is, Alabama, even Florida would have gave Penn State a much better ball game. Florida probably would have gave Notre Dame a better ball game. It's just different. And the reason I say that is because Indiana and SMU do not have the guys to compete. For example, Auburn this year, they wound up going 5-7, but Auburn has the dudes to compete with the Georgias and Alabamas of the world. They're just in a rebuilding mode right now, and their quarterback play was awful. SMU and Indiana, no, I tweeted it out. They have a combined 0% chance of winning a national championship. They couldn't do it. However, a team like Alabama, you know they could have won a championship. I don't think Alabama probably, I don't know who I would have picked in the game. I think Penn State is better than Alabama. And I think Penn State is better than South Carolina. I think Penn State's better than Ole Miss. But that's not the argument. The argument is SMU shouldn't have gotten to this playoff. It's stupid. I'm trying not to get too rallied up because my temperature, I have like a 102 temperature. I'm dying. I really am. Not literally, but figure of speech. The committee should have viewed SMU the same way we viewed Boise. The only way Boise would have made this playoff is if they won their conference championship. They did. They lose the route. As to why we gave SMU a pass when they were in an atrocious conference, don't know. Same thing in Indiana. I just hope and pray the committee learns from this moving forward. And guys, this isn't the first time this has happened. The same thing happened, was it 2022, when they put in TCU over Alabama? And I already know people are going to say, oh, here we go, Matt, bring it. Dude, it just so happens that Alabama was 10-2 that year and was the first team out. Moving forward, if Indiana goes 2-1 in top 25 games next year, hey, I got no problem with that. But you have got to beat top 25 teams, man. It's got to matter. I brought it up last night. One of my buddies I was friends with in high school, his basketball team was in a high-level classification in the state of Alabama. Therefore, they were playing all these ranked teams. They were traveling to Florida. They were traveling to Georgia. I think they played Sharif Cooper's team, if y'all know who Sharif Cooper is. If you know, you know. And they started out the year like 3-7, 4-8. They had a losing record. But then they played a 12-0, 13-0, 11-0 team and just beat the brakes off of them. Why? Because that 11-0 team didn't play anybody. We have got to stop this whole, oh, well, Indiana's only got one loss and SMU, they only have one loss for the conference championship. We got to stop looking at that, and we just got to start evaluating these teams. Same thing with Ole Miss. Ole Miss, if I had to say right now, I'd say Ole Miss is a better team than Alabama. That's just me. Ole Miss, if you look at all three of their losses, those were down to the last second. Every single one. The LSU one, I don't know how they threw that away. The Kentucky one, they're one fumble away from winning that game. And the Florida one. But you're in a tough conference. I know the Kentucky one, that's not a tough one. But I'm saying, look at their wins. They beat Georgia by 20. Do you think Indiana could beat Georgia? No, and that's the problem. Sure, you can say, well, Matt, Lane Kiffin should have won his games. That's fine. But the point is, Ole Miss can compete with Notre Dame and Penn State. Indiana, SMU can't. Therefore, why are we putting these sorry teams in? Y'all know I'm right. It doesn't matter if you want to agree with it or not. You know I'm right. For all the people that wanted to see Indiana and SMU in the playoffs, hope you're happy. And this isn't any shade towards them. They had great seasons, but they shouldn't have gotten to the playoffs. There's many more things I could say. I'm going to go lay down. Let me know your thoughts down below. But